Today, our champion, Bob Shepard of Beverly, Massachusetts, faces the challenge of Tom Surette of North Billerica, Massachusetts, on Candlepin Bowling. Hi, everybody. Welcome once again to Candlepin Bowling. I'm Don Gillis here at the Fairway in Natick, Massachusetts, on the Worcester Turnpike, just a little bit west of the city of downtown Boston. And we are here for 3 strings of Candlepin Bowling, total pinfall determining our winner. Each of our bowlers takes home a tangible souvenir provided by the Ace Trophy Company of Boston. Obviously, the slightly larger one will go to the champion. We have guaranteed prize money of $1,200. $700 goes to the winner. Half of that, $350, goes to the runner-up. $50 available to the winner of each string, and obviously, should they tie, we would split that at $25 apiece. I have a $50 gift certificate here from True Value hardware stores and home centers. That will go to our marksman of the day, the bowler with the most marks. Our home viewer jackpot is up to $1,100. Our high-low jackpot up to $400. There are many opportunities that our bowlers have to make up a little more money. I'll tell you about that. Most of you know about it already. But let's talk to today's bowlers, shall we? Hi, Tommy.
Hi, Don.
I haven't seen you since you ran into a guy named Rosario Lachiara back a few months ago.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Listen, something is puzzling me. I know that your brother and you are pretty famous Candlepin bowlers, but I have something here that says International Candlepin Bowling Association Junior Bowling Classic, and right up on top is the name of Jeff Surette. Do you know him?
Yeah, that's my son.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, he bowled in the age group of 6 to 10, and he's 6, and he ended up winning, bowling 506 for 5.
506, and that's for how many strings?
5 strings.
You mean that little guy averaged 101?
Right.
That's incredible at 6 years.
Yeah, someday he'll be up here.
I guess so. I hope I am too. Well, good luck to you. And Robert, third time was the one for you, huh?
Third time never fails, I guess. And I was a little bit more relaxed the first third.
Yeah, well, I know. You told me the first couple of, back in 1980, you weren't relaxed at all.
No.
Well, listen, you were certainly relaxed last week, rolling over 400, huh?
Yeah, I had the ball working very good, and it was lifting and getting the action on it. So.
And you competed against a well-known Candlepin bowler, and now you got another well-known one here that you've been watching for a while.
Yeah, that's true. As long as I don't have to bowl against the sun, it'll be all right.
All right. Good luck to both of you, and we'll get underway right after this. Off on lane 2, Jeff Surette's father, Tom. League average 122. He's got a high single of 192. High triple of 472, and he had a 688 in his 5-string roll-off. Now he's got that one out of the way. Spare lead. 1, 3, 6. Surprise! 3-pin didn't go. Tom is married, and in addition to Jeff, he also has a daughter, Kristen. His wife, Jean. Tom's employed as an inventory coordinator. Waiting for the wood to decide what it wants to do to see if he can get at that 1 pin. Nope. Now Bob Shepard. Bob is also married, father of 2. League average 130. One, 2, and 9 with wood in front of the 9, which is moving around a little bit. He had a 672 in winning his roll-off. Bob is in that rare group of Candlepin bowlers who have had a better than 200 string, a 215. High 3 is 488. A 9. Bob representing the Beverly Bowling. Tom Surette is representing the Lafayette Lanes in Amesbury. Just the 10 pin. That's what he's looking at. And a spare in the second. Tom Surette, today's challenger. No wood to help. 3, 6, 10 on the right, the 4 pin over on the left. Oh, what a beautiful shot. He did not get the 4, but what a great effort. Wiped out the 3, 6, 10 and bounced a pin over towards the 4, which did not go, but what a great effort. Half Worcester left side, punching out 2 and 8. Came back and got all but the 5 and 7. To 9. Bonus ball for Bob Shepard. It's 8, and he leaves the 1 and 2. Punched just the 1. A 10. Al Giglio keeping score on the big scoreboard today, and Keith Williams is on the electronic scoreboard. Keith Williams keeping score on the big scoreboard for the gallery that's here, and it's a good size gallery here today too. 1 pin left, the 10. Ralph Stewart's gone down to take a check on one piece of wood, which, as it turns out, is this side of the deadwood line, therefore it has to be removed. You can tell it's a large gallery here today. Spare. And the first check on the scoreboard after 4 boxes of the first string, with a bonus ball yet to be thrown by our defending champion Bob Shepard. He is leading challenger Tom Surette 47-35. He gets his first mark. Gets 8 for the fill, and he's left with the 3 and 10. The last time he was on was less than a year ago, and he lost to Rosario Lecchiara 390 to 379. Right between the two. And to the left this time of the 3 pin. Now Bob Shepard, our defending champion, working on a spare. Nine is the fill, and he has 1 pin, the 10. And mark it. 2 marks in a row. And just about everybody who's been watching this show for a long time knows that 3 marks in a row, any combination of strikes or spares, establishes a bonus of $50. So close to a strike. Just the 6 pin. He's all over that. $50 in bonus money. And now that he has established that bonus, each subsequent consecutive mark in the same string is worth $50 apiece as long as he can keep it going. Challenger Tom Surette, missing the head pin. 4 horsemen left side still standing, plus the 8 and 10. Everything down except the 2 pin. It's a 10 box. One, 3, 7, and 8. I mentioned our scorekeepers, Al Giglio and Keith Williams. Don Riley is our statistician and coordinator. Bill Rubin, of course, is our producer and director. Nope, unable to convert it. It's a 10. Beautiful shot for the 10. Ralph Stewart, of course, is our lob line judge and referee, and I've already mentioned him, and he got his big round of applause. Bob Shepard trying to make it 4 in a row. He's got a split to work on. 3, 6, 4, 7. Got the 6. It's a 9. So the bonus streak stops after the 3. In rolling his 404 last week, Bob really racked up some bonus money, $300 extra. Three, 6, 10. Got the 6 and 10. Missed the 3. It's a 10. Our crew today: Skip Peabody, Roger Rice, Dick Erickson, Steve Colvin, and in videotape post-production, George Ellard and Doug DeVitt. Tom just cannot get a real good spare leave. He's got a 5, 7, and 8. One piece of wood which will be pretty much useless to the right of and kind of behind the 5. Another one about in the position where the 2 pin might be, if it stays there. Made it. Seven is the fill. The 3 remaining pins are the 1, 3, 6. 2 full on the 1. A 10. And disappointing for him, 108. Now our defending champion, Bob Shepard. 9 and 10 are the two pins. He's got wood, which is rolling out. Stops back of the deadwood line, and he will try to use it to try to get the 9 and 10, and he did. Already at 120 in the ninth. Six more, 126. And of course, 6 pins already down in the 10th box. So literally 132. 133. It's 134. Score after one, and a winner of $50 for winning that first string is Bob Shepard. It is Shepard 134 and Surette 108. That means our defending champion leads it off. Here's Bob Shepard, Beverly, Massachusetts. Leading in the match by 26 pins. All but one. And that one remaining pin is the 2 pin. Kind of spread them out here a little. No, down goes the 6 pin. So there are 4 pieces of wood in the middle, and the 7, 8, and 10. And in the background I hear somebody saying spray and pray. Yes, that didn't work. He went a little too far to the right. A 9 box. Now Tom Surette, hoping he can put together one of his good strings. As I told you, his high single is 192 and his high triple is 472. He has the 1, then a couple of pieces of wood that are down, and then the 4 and the 7. And one of the pieces of wood is rolling off to the right. As you know, I try to describe as much as I can for the many viewers I've learned who are either totally blind or legally blind. Nice shot, he made it. And one of them, Vera Freeman from up in Maine, up in York Beach, has sent down word that she says she's still bowling, getting a little old, and the average has gone down to 84. But she said, when I get a strike or a spare, all my friends go wild, and so do I. Bless you, Vera. Tom Surette got a 6 for a fill and has missed 2 of the 4 pins that were standing. The 2 now remaining are the 5 and 7. It's a 9 box as he takes out the 7. Tom has picked up 6 of the 26 pin deficit. Now Bob Shepard comes up and comes up with a strike. And the first bonus ball gets him 9. The only pin standing is the 10. Almost 2 in a row. And the biggie here, of course, is 3 strikes in a row, because that's worth an extra bonus of $1,000. One piece of wood rolling around, but it will not be in the way, nor will it be used. And he picks up the 10 for a spare. Challenger, Tom Surette. 2 full on the head pin. Spread eagle. No wood, just the 2, 4, 7 on the left and the 3, 6, 10 on the right. And now he punches out the 6. It's a 7 box. Tommy not too happy with that one, as he took out just the 2 and the 4. Now misses the head pin again, and he's left with 4 horsemen right side, plus the 7 and 5 and 9. And it's a 6 box. So, as we take another check on the scoreboard, once again, Bob Shepard has a bonus ball yet to be thrown. And he is leading after 4 boxes of the middle string, 49. Bob Shepard gets 9 as the fill on his spare, and he has just the 3 pin to pick up to make it 3 marks in a row and establish another bonus of $50. He made it. So he is now up to $150 in bonus money. And of course, the bonus money here in the middle string is still alive. Big hit, 8. Now he has the 5 and the 7 and very favorable wood. Nice piece of wood in the ideal position, lying just to the left of the 5 pin, between it and the 7. And amazingly, he didn't get it. Tom Surette was getting up, fully expecting that it would happen. Everybody here expected it too. In fact, somebody behind me just said, "Piece of candy, Bob." I think the candy had a worm in it or something. Tom Surette. And Tom has a single pin leave. He's got the 3 pin. 3 pieces of wood around it. It goes. His second mark here in the middle string. The fill. He gets 8. One and 2. Two in a row. Bob Shepard with another spare leave. This time he has the 6 and 10. Got just the 6, and I should have explained that there was a piece of wood. Actually, there were 2 of them, and it made it a little difficult for him to get a clean shot. A 10. 2, 5, 6, and 7. And wood to the left of the 5, facing toward the 7. He got the 3 pins on the right and sent the piece of wood into the pit, but not far enough to pick up the 7. It's a 9. Tom Surette working on a spare. Half Worcester to the right. 3 and 9. Still has 4 pins standing with the 2 pin as the pin he had to hit. He got, and he got them all. A strike for Tom Surette. But he had that spare with a 2 and the 10. Our defending champion. No wood to work with. He has 4 pins standing, and they are the 3, 5, 6, and 10. He made it. Spare in the 9th. He gets a 6-pin drop, but he has a most unusual leave. It is the 4 and 5, and in back of that he has the 8, and over on the right the 10 and no wood. Got the 4 and 8. 5 and 10 still there. And they're still there. So he finishes with a fine 129. Tom Surette has a strike up on the board, so he has 2 bonus balls to throw. Here's the first one. He didn't like it, but he got 7 for a drop. Now he has the 1, 2, 10. Got just the 1. A 10 box. Diamond left, but he has a piece of wood in the middle of it. It's the left side diamond. Nope. Yeah, another win for the diamond. And a 10 for 116. $50 more in bonus money to Bob Shepard for winning the middle string also by a score of 129-116. And the score now at the end of 2 is Shepard 263 and Surette 224. 9 pins going into the 3rd string. Here's our challenger, Tom Surette, in this, his 12th appearance on this program. He begins with a 9-pin drop. He has the 7-pin to pick up, and there is, well, let's see. At first it looked as if it might be favorable wood, but right now it's questionable. I guess I guess he can get at it. As long as that one piece doesn't do it, yes, he got it. The danger was that if he caught that one piece of wood that was on an angle, it could have diverted the ball into the gutter, but he got by it. Six is the fill. 3, 6, 9, and 10 with a couple of pieces of wood. Yes. So Tom Surette begins the 3rd string with a pair of spares. And Bob Shepard has a 39-pin lead as he begins the third string. For 7 and 10 with wood. Great shot for 7 and 10 using the wood. Oh, yes, all the way across. Nine, Phil. Single pin the 5 to pick up to make it 2 in a row. Missed it to the left. He makes a 10. Now let's see if Tom Surette can put 3 in a row up on the board for $50 in bonus money. He has 2. Missing the head pin again, and he's left with 4 horsemen left side, plus the 5 and 8, and then over on the right-hand corner, the 10. Unable to convert, and all the bonus money so far belongs to Bob Shepard. An 8 box. Four horsemen right side and the 8 pin. No wood. Got 3 of them, but still has left the 8 and 10. One piece of wood. He's waiting for it to settle down. It's in the 3-pin spot, and he gets the 8, but not the 10. So it's a 9. Six and 10, 2 pieces of wood over on the right and the 7-pin. The 1 piece of wood in front of the 6, the other in between the 6 and 10. And he did it. He did it. Bob shaking his head himself. It's a beautiful shot. And strike. Now remember, Bob rolled a 404 last week. Tom Surette has no wood to help, working on the 2-4-5 triangle. Got the 2 and 4, but not the 5. 9. Threw that one way off to the left, and as a result he still has the 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, and the 1 and 2 still standing. It's an 8. So a good start to this third string with a couple of spares, but then an 8, 9, 9, and 8. Bob Shepard has 2 marks in a row, the second of which is a strike, so he has 2 bonus balls to roll here. The first one gets him 6 and leaves 3, 6, 10 on the right, 7 pin over on the left, 1 piece of wood, which is now rolling over toward, but now backing up. I was going to say toward the 7. It's about halfway between where 1 and 2 would be. Got the 3 on the right. $78, 5 boxes still to go. Four horsemen right side and the 7 pin. Miss the head pin. $9. Tom Surette, who, as I said, began the 3rd string with two spares. So close to getting a strike, he has left the 6 pin. No wood. Spare in the 7. Nine pin drop and 1 pin, the 4 pin to pick up, and wood in front of it. So 2 marks in a row in the 7th and in the 8th, and a big fill on the first one, 9. But it's that streak in between in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th box of an 8, a 9, a 9, and an 8. Now, Bob Shepard, our defending champion, who is hoping for a 400 today, as he had last week. 1, 8, 9 with 4 pieces of wood scattered between the 1 and the 2 back pins. Missed the head pin. $358 right now. Eight more. Needs a 137 for his 400. Going for spare, he has it. So 105 through 8. And a bonus ball to roll. Here's Tom Surette trying to put 3 in a row together. What's he got? He has an 8 fill, 2 pins to pick up, the 2 and the 4, and that will be worth $50 in bonus money if he can get it. And, oh, he missed them both. Now he gets them, but it's for a 10 instead of a spare. Four horsemen, right side. Too bad that he missed those 2, because now he has a spare in the 10th. He would have had 4 marks in a row. Just 1. Bob Shepard's bonus ball. He gets 7. He made it. He made a great shot, an absolutely great shot. That's the third time he has made shots similar to that. All right, he is right now at 122. Remember, he needs a 137 for a 400. He has 5 more. So he needs them all. And if he gets all 5, he's at an even 400. He is now at 399. Here's a $100 ball. The 5-pin, and he's all over it. $400 on the nose. So 2 weeks in a row, he has rolled 400. Remember that we have a high-low jackpot of $400 and $1,100 in our home viewer jackpot. Another $50 goes to Bob Shepard for winning the 3rd string, and $100 extra for the 400. The final score is Shepard 400, Surette 345. This stack, will you? I sure do hope we get a winner today. $1,100, that's a lot. And once again, I'll remind you, of course, that I guess most of you know, obviously, by the number of people who have sent in cards, but all these cards are being sent in with the hope that I will draw a card, and they will receive at least several prizes just for having it drawn. And if it happens to be within 10 either side of today's total, which is 745, then that person would win the $1,100 that is in the jackpot. All we ask is that you limit it to 1 card per day, and take your guess at what the total pinfall would be, both bowlers combined, on the day you hope that I grabbed your card out of there. And when you've done all that, send it along to this address, which is Candlepin Bowling, WCBB-TV, 5 TV Place, Needham, Massachusetts, and the zip code is 02192. When we get a winner, we dump them all out, and we're looking forward to that. We start all over again. Of course, that increases your chances, but at the same time, it reduces the amount of money that's going to be in here. All right, enough of that. It's the $1,100 in here. I'm going to draw it out, and remember that when I draw the card, even if it's nowhere near that, the person will receive several prizes. These are the prizes today.
Picture yourself anywhere in the world with this Rand McNally Photographic World Atlas. More than 175 color photographs and 34 maps provide a colorful portrait of the world. And Ames Deluxe Pruning Shears, the perfect tool to help keep your roses and other live plants and shrubs trimmed for healthier growth. They cut clean and crisp for years. And Stetson Cologne, the great masculine scent that's easy to wear, impossible to resist. There's a whole Stetson holiday collection to choose from. Stetson fits the season.
For $1,100, anywhere between $735 and $755. Let's see. This card comes from Fall River, Massachusetts, on Slate Street. It is Danny Robillard, and the guess is $782. Okay, so another $50 next week. It goes up to $1,150. We have $400 in that high-low jackpot. Bob Shepard, you want to take a shot at it? All right, Tommy. Ooh, not quite. Tom, if you'd stay here, please. Gosh, you know, it's an amazing thing. I looked down, and you had 11 marks today, and he had 14. You only had 3 less marks than
Hard to believe I had 11.
Yeah, but I know you were. It seemed to me that you were having a lot of difficulty with the 3rd ball, and well, maybe sometimes it was the 1st one.
No, I was coming up short a lot. Well, both goods.
Well, I know he did, and I know you don't want to take anything away from that, but it has to be a disappointing situation for you.
Oh, very, very.
I mean, you know, we all know how difficult it is to get on this show because a lot of people think that we invite the bowlers. We don't. They have to work their way on through lots of roll-offs, and they are up against some tough bowlers. And so when you win a roll-off, you feel a great accomplishment, but then big disappointment when something like this occurs. And I know it is, and I have empathy for you. That's all I can say.
Nothing you can do.
$350 in bonus money, and I can't find any more to give you. give my best to Jeff, or take a lesson from him.
Yeah, that's right.
Bob, you did it again.
Thanks, Don.
A pair of 400s, huh?
Yeah, it's still in the groove, I guess. I haven't lost it yet.
You kind of like being on here?
Well, yeah, it's fun. It's fun to listen.
Well, no, I'm just teasing you, obviously, because of the fact that it was such a long time. We waited for you to come back again, and then you knock off two pretty good bowlers in Orlando and Surette, and in both times you do it with a 400.
Yeah, Tom's a good competitor.
And more important, that in addition to the $700, I noticed that there's $350 worth of bonus money here,
That's
too.
fine.
You don't mind. That was great to pick up that single pin at the very end there. Now you got the $50 gift certificate, the big trophy from the Ace Trophy Company, and Peter Pereira of Woburn will be your challenger next week. Good luck to you. Don Gillis for the whole crew. Bye-bye. See you next week.